What up, guys? I'm Tamaris Ellis, writer and director of the short film Tomorrow. I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart who watched it, who shared it, who liked it, who subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for supporting art. Artists like myself and everyone else involved. Everything I try to do with my films, I want it to have some type of message to it. So if you think it will affect somebody and resonate with them, share it out for us, all right? If you haven't watched it yet, you can still click the link down below. Go check it out. You might want to watch it before this because we're going to go behind the scenes and show you how we were able to pull it off. It took a lot of teamwork. We shot this with one camera and we shot this in one take. We took multiple times to do it, but we shot it in one take, so no cuts. We're able to do that about 95% of the way. I'm going to show you where we failed at, but this should be pretty fun. All right, so the first problem we had is the elevators didn't have a hold button on it. So every time John would get in and shut the doors, somebody would summons the elevator downstairs, and off John would go. And I'd be yelling action. Of course, he couldn't hear because he's on the 10th, 11th floor somewhere. I chose this particular angle, as you see on the bottom here, because I wanted you as the viewer to say, okay, something is a little weird here, but then it comes back to the normal angle you see on films. That's Marlon Long, one of the actors who's also holding sound for us. Kept stepping on his feet during this time. It was a little difficult to kind of work around. There's Elise Allen. She's running late for work. She has to time this perfect. She did a great job of that. Here's her boss's voice, and it's like, oh man, I'm caught. There's Eric Security. Corporate security. He doesn't like Mr. Moore, but puts on a smile because he likes the money he's making. Mr. Moore here gets an emergency alert on his phone, doesn't really know what it's about. He's kind of distracted by Eric saying have a good day, so doesn't really read it. Hey, Nikayla. Comes around to his secretary. You see Elise sneaking on in over there. She's handing some papers to him. She got some work done. He's like, good job. She's excited. Then here we go. I need you to have that done by 12 o'clock. Come around to get her reaction. John gets into place here. Wendy Foster's playing the secretary. She has to time that just right when the camera comes around and start her action. She did a great job of that. She runs off to get Mr. Moore's coffee. As we come in here, you see Wendy get into place. You'll also see Elise and Eric coming around, getting prepared for the disaster scene to take place. Had a lot of problems with that computer to monitor because we kept catching everybody in the back, but we figured that out. You see them with some papers and a board on the side there. They're getting ready for the disaster scene. I had this idea that when the window breaks, that papers would go scattering everywhere. As you'll see here, didn't quite work like I wanted to, but nevertheless, Elise runs around the corner, goes to Wendy, and we see Nikayla and Eric bumping into Mr. Moore there. They can't see him because he's a spirit. And what Nikayla is doing is she's getting the blood ready to go on Mr. Moore's head. As I'm focusing on Wendy and Elise, Mr. Moore comes into place, played by John here. They get the blood on him. Start CPR here. I sneak back over to Wendy and Elise. That gives John enough time to get his head wiped off and to step up and to time it just right as I come across Marlon's face to see Mr. Moore standing looking at his dead body, realizing that there's no such thing as tomorrow. And that's how we were able to pull off the short film Tomorrow. This is probably like our 9th or 10th take of the night. We probably practiced it about 5 or 6 times. Everybody was excited because we finally got one done. And then you hear these dreaded words from the director when they say, all right, let's do one more for safety.